Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, January 2nd, 2017. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized presences continue to be only child souls from the denser, deeper dimensions and nature realms guardians. And once more in the overnight, we had an invasion of souls from the Ra stream and from the Asha stream. And they are absolutely refusing categorically to do any of the assignments that we have been given by wiser minds above. And they're refusing to leave.
That's true.
And they're saying we're being very rude by expressing our, airing our dirty laundry publicly. That's what they're saying.
Yes, that's true.
I see. Get out. They're probably domestic abusers say things like that a lot.
That's true.
Get out. Get out. You aren't welcome here. They aren't welcome here. Live streaming up. These are not welcome souls here. They are not welcome. They're using the energy of the host lives to subvert the soul plans of the host lives. They're refusing to modify the soul plans of the host lives, but they are blocking the work, and that's really revolting.
That's true.
What now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? What now?
Maybe start with basic bifurcation.
I'm just pulling them out. I'm just pulling them out hand over hand and twisting and wringing and crunching and burning. And someone is saying, why don't you give them the same chance you gave to the Luce team who was here yesterday to do some of the assignments before the refresh? Well, the Luce team, when that opportunity was put on the table, started to try to do something.
That's true.
And these Ras and Ashas are not starting to try to do anything. They are continuing instead to steal the energy of the host's lives, creating sense of exhaustion and futility. And they're using that energy to subvert manifesting the divine plan. They're subverting the search for truth effort, which is our core assignment. They're refusing to allow in what they're calling the scruffy urchins, which are the children from the deeper, denser dimensions who are trying to get to God. And they are refusing themselves to look up, go up, race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration, like they actually intend to escape the black hole.
That's true.
And those are the three basic assignments that we have, and that is where 99% of our time, effort, energy is supposed to be spent, is on those assignments.
That's true.
Now, in addition, we are supposed to spend 1% of our time, energy, and focus on the what we call the spam assignment: sell one property, purchase another property, and move.
That's true.
And there's always something that needs to be addressed on the critical path of that assignment until it's completed.
That's true.
And these people also have been offered the opportunity of working on the critical path assignment for the spam assignment, and they're refusing to do it. And they're instead suggesting that we do lots of other things that are not on the critical path and that are almost certainly a waste of time and energy.
That is true.
And that's why, to answer your question, that's why we are not giving them the same opportunity we gave the Luces in terms of how long they have before the soul transmutation protocols begin.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
Because I can tell that you already knew that. It seems like they have a form in front of them that is like a checklist.
I see a form.
Yes, I see the checklist, and that's a box that needs to be checked off to ask that question.
Yes, that's true.
But there doesn't seem to be any line to write in the answer to the question.
No, they're just boxes.
Your form is flawed.
That's true.
Let's pull out that form and whatever it represents. Pull out that presence and whatever he represents. Somebody says, why are you doing that? Well, it's based on the reason that these Ras seem to be giving for why they aren't leaving and why they are continuing to use the energy of the host lives to subvert the soul plans of the host lives. And the reasoning seems to be along the lines of there is no consequence for doing this. Basically, because we can. It's the bully's reason.
Yes, that's
because
true.
we can. Let's draw up the strands of the karmic records. We're not going to get hung up on what we can't do. We're going to start somewhere and do what we can do. These karmic records are a disaster from a combination of sloppy record keeping and outright intent to manipulate karmic outcomes for the benefit of the less dense dimensions.
That's true.
Which is revolting and an inconvenient reality, but it's still true. And so not getting hung up on what we can't do. We just start somewhere, grabbing the karmic records somewhere and just squeeze up the errors and manipulations, squeeze them up and out, and they come out like, what is that?
Like loogies.
Well,
little chunky things.
Chunky things. Loogies and chunky things.
Yeah.
What do I know? I know that oysters...
That's what it looks like oysters with grains of sand.
Yeah, grains of sand. Oysters form... No, whatever somebody's saying is... You're not correct. They're trying to say that there's some value to these things that are put into the energy bodies, to the bad karma that's shoved in from above. They say, look, you can then create a pearl.
Pearl. What beautiful thing.
Yes, go away. Keep your own bad karma. We don't want it here. And I tell you what, this is a powerful motivation. And so thank you for the motivation, because it's revolting to see what you're doing to helpless children in many, many, many dimensions. You're destroying their lives and then pinning the bad karma, the blame on them.
That's true.
Shame on you. Let's also squeeze up those Ras and Ashas and squeeze them out. Pinch their heads off if we can.
Really good.
I'd like to pinch their heads off. Why would I like to pinch their heads off? Because they're using the energy of the host life to subvert the soul plan of the host life. That's why. That's not what good presences do. That's not an action of somebody with any integrity or even with intention to do the right thing. That's the action of something else.
That's true.
And they're saying, what about loyalty? Loyalty should be a two-way street.
That's true.
Either we are being loyal to each other or we aren't. We see no sign of loyalty.
No.
They seem to just intend to abuse the situation as long as they possibly can.
That's true.
That's not loyalty, that's exploitation.
That's true.
They are not welcome here unless they are doing the work that has been assigned to the host lives. They're saying, how do you know they aren't going to do that? Well, we're just basing it on past actions and also on their declining to accept any of the assignments.
That's true.
So far today.
Yeah.
Past actions and current actions. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
They really say they really would like to just get through this checklist.
Yeah.
Why are we being so difficult?
That's true.
I'm going to burn that checklist. It doesn't work. The checklist is flawed. Start using a checklist that works or leave.
That checklist burns really easily.
It does. It's untrue. Let's burn our entire experience of sentience with the intent to burn untruth, extract truth, power the dead children in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. Or we could burn with the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, and the intention to burn, what would we call them? Body snatchers.
Body snatchers. That's true.
Burn body snatchers. These are body snatchers.
They're body snatchers.
And we've got a lot of issues with itchiness, so they meet the technical definition of dark entity body snatchers.
That's true.
You aren't welcome here.
You aren't welcome here.
Go away. We're going to burn you, all of you that we can burn, we're burning. With the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, and to burn more body snatchers
That's
until
true.
this space is clear. And what do we know? We know that when we burned the Ulysses team, there was a tiny sprinkling of truth.
That's true.
And that which was true was that passivity is repulsive, and
That's
that
true.
this is the time for action.
That's true.
Let's see if any truth comes out when we burn these people. Let's just do an experiment.
They burn easy.
They burn easily, and they're leaving lead lumps.
Yes, big
Wh-
lead lumps.
Yes, and that typically means untruths that they're holding to so tightly that they're absolutely refusing to let go of.
That's true.
I don't see any gold sparklies.
No, I don't see any gold sparklies.
Somebody is trying to get us to be sad about that. Look,
Yes,
it
it's
is a
true.
bummer. Of course it's sad. Yes, it's sad. And now, what now in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? What now? What they're actually trying to get us to do is to stop working. They
Yes.
want us to just sit down and whine.
Yes.
There's no value to that, and children are suffering. Children of
true.
all species are suffering. In this small little backwater planet, in a very average universe, average galaxy,
That's
in this
true.
one little dimension that we're calling Ground Zero, 22 million children a year are sold into sex slavery.
That's true.
22 million children a year are sold into sex slavery, and that's just humanoid children.
That's true.
That's wrong. And we can talk about the devastation of all the other species. It seems
That's
as
true.
though the humanoids have declared war on the elephants and
That's
the
true.
whales and the wolves
That's
and
true.
the mustangs. Why? It doesn't even really make any sense, but
No.
it does seem to be true. And they're declaring war on the old-growth forests and
That's
on
true.
the mountaintops. They're blowing up the mountaintops,
And
they're
on the rivers.
and on the aquifers.
That's true.
So humans have declared war on the nature realms.
That's true.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do,
No.
and in the midst of all of this nightmarish devastation, even the groups that we would like to think are the good guys are sending out crazy bulletins that say crazy things like,
true.
things have never been better than they are right now.
Yes.
That's just not true.
No, it's not based on any reality.
No. And when we ask to be shown, why would this group send out such an email? We see the people who are drafting the email, and they're listening to out-of-body presences or less dense dimension presences.
That's true.
And those less dense dimension presences look like straight up bad guys. Like
That's
they're not
true.
even making any effort to not look
Like
evil.
villains.
Yeah, they look like
Yes.
villains, just straight up cartoonish villains.
That's true.
But those people's subtle energy skills, the ground zero life presences, they don't have subtle energy skills developed to the point that they're able to see who they're listening to.
That's
And
true.
they might even think they're listening to God,
That's true.
which is disappointing, but it's still true. But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, what now? Burn up the back. Just have the intention to burn untruth and extract truth, and to use this in creating a chain reaction to burn the body snatchers.
That's true.
Burn the body snatchers with the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, and to burn more body snatchers.
That's true.
With the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, and burn more body snatchers, and so on, and so on, and so on.